Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. What's up, Dio? Hope you're doing well. It is currently 5 o'clock, which means it's time to draw, so let's get over here. I originally, I wasn't gonna... Why is the music icon not popping up? Oh, half my things are glitching out. Whoa. Hello? Huh. Interesting. Well, hope you're all doing well, and if not, well, guess what? We get some time here to chill out and do something that we love. Here, I'm gonna do something real quick. I originally was not going to stream today, and then I changed my mind because I enjoy streaming. I enjoy drawing. I could draw without streaming. I don't know. I just wanted to chill out and have this moment today. Oof, this pen's starting to die a lot. The idea. I'm not trying to like stress you about like you need to draw. No, it's fine. But I do highly recommend the pursuit of drawing to everybody. I don't know what removing expectations means. But it happens a lot. Like when I first started drawing, I had a lot of expectations, like, oh, it looks ugly. But eventually, after a while, I stopped putting that expectation on myself. I stopped wanting things to look pretty or not, because I kind of eventually realized, like, that's completely relative. Some things, yeah, of course, like, if you want to draw a human head, the proportions are all wonky. Yeah, it'll probably make you expect, because you had an expectation of the human head. But instead, if you just want to draw a character, you can still draw that character even if the human head isn't perfect, right? For all my gravel drawings, I just want to draw gravel doing something. I have no expectations of like, if it'll look good, if it'll do this. You know, I want to try perspective. That doesn't mean it works out. I don't expect it to, but I want to try it. So it turns all your drawings into this kind of active little puzzle or experiment. You don't know if it's going to work. And if it does, that's awesome. If it doesn't, that's also awesome. You learn something that, you know, doesn't work. But like, how do you remove expectations? I don't know. That's a lot of like is that a word, cognitive reframing? In therapy, we talk. We, not like I'm a therapist, but as a person who has received therapy, reframing is a very powerful tool. And it's hard to do. Because like at first you feel like you're lying to yourself. You know, it's like, this thing is hard, but if I reframe it this way, it's less cumbersome. But what if I just look at it the original way? Yeah, like why would I look at it in a different way? This is how it is. And part of me just believes it's just a game of tricking your brain. But that kind of mindfulness and like self-examination is, I feel like a very, very helpful tool, not just for artists, but for anyone trying to pursue some craft. Because it helps you teach yourself how to, how you best learn, how you best interact with topics and concepts. Oof. Like recently, I've been having to restudy stuff for technical interviews. You know, go into topics I haven't touched in a while, like min heap, max heap, right? Like I haven't used that, and I really can't think of many applications where I would use that. But like remembering the runtime, like insertions and pops, and like if it was implemented on a stack or a queue or whatever. Dynamic programming, things like that. And I watched a couple videos of people like really, I wouldn't say stressing is the right word, but it's like people lamenting how hard it is to study these topics. And like giving their own like methodologies for learning them that may help others. And I realized then, throughout going through college and kind of suffering with these topics on my own, I didn't really need them to tell me what strategies they use, because I have my own and I'm confident in it and I know I can work with it. So I had a bit of a weird realization there that, while I've supposedly learned many things in college, I guess one of the most important things I've learned is how to completely self-study, uh, which sucks because I don't know. Like, I guess that's a good thing that I got out of college, but you're telling me I spent this much money on a degree, on an education just for me to teach myself when many of these resources were free. Now that's severely uh, undermining a lot of the other things that I've gotten from university, but it's a bit of a sour realization. So this ties back to the thing I was saying earlier of removing expectations is like, just like I said, I don't really know how someone else would remove their expectations. I don't know how I did. But once we learn that, that's another, going back to the college example, another tool we can use. Always smearing ink. Nice. We're probably going to finish our stapler today, hopefully. There is a big issue that we have to address, but we'll figure it out. Some decent ellipses. I don't know. I'm shifting my degrees well, but I'm not sure if that constitutes a decent ellipse. I feel like our precision is a bit off. So I guess we could call them accurate, but not very precise. we'll call it there for the warm up. I'm feeling pretty decent, warmed up today. I'm gonna go wash the ink that I always smear on my hands. I don't know how I do it. We're gonna wash the ink off my hands. We're going to set up for the stapler, and we're gonna run 2 minutes of ads. So be right back, everybody. I'm back. Sorry, I was gone for a second. Oh, how late am I? How long ago was that message? Oh, okay, 20 seconds. I feel like, or maybe a bit more. I don't know. I don't know. I think Dio left. Oh no, actually, I'm not sure. Bear, what is it? I, you join, and I like saw the viewer count go up. I can't see what it is. I could just know if it goes up from 1 to whatever. It says 4 people have joined. I'm not sure if it's like that's just you joining and it like causes. I feel like every time you join, it causes the thing to freak out. 1 billion viewers. But yeah, hope you're doing well. Welcome. I keep knocking over my water bottle. I almost knocked it over for a third time this stream. There can't possibly be 4 people watching this stream. Okay, now it's back down to 2. Thank God, dude. Oh, 4 viewers. I couldn't handle it. 2. Oh my gosh. I just looked out my window and the clouds are going very fast. It's very pretty. It's like it's sparse like the Toy Story clouds, and they're going moving right along. Speaking of that, let's get ourselves moving right along. Continue our stapler that makes me cry. Where are we? Yoink. There we go. Nice. Alrighty. So, where did we leave off? We're kind of just filling in the stuff. I'd like to finish it by this stream. We'll see. Welcome back, Dio. Yes, the issue that I wanted to talk about. So we have an issue. Um, and I want to logic through it because I don't know the answer, and so I feel like talking about it will help us find the answer. So let's get started. So we'll start discussing this issue by picking our next thing that we want to draw. And I think I want to do this back area, which means we have to draw something on the. It's gonna be an issue about drawing the stapler. Drawing the back line here. So you guys may not know, but I'm doing the stapler weird. The edges of the stapler are actually like inside the box, which means we have to like make a coordinate not only just on the side of the box, because that requires just an x and a y, but since it's inside the box, we require a z, right? So an x, y, and z. And so that means we need a x, y here, and then a depth on top, so an x, y on top as well. However, not all x's here have x lines up here, if that makes sense. Like if I know the x position of something on this face of the box, I didn't do the ortho so that we have that x position on the box. So for example, let's say this, which is 3/4. No. This, which is 5/8, right? We don't have a 5/8 x coordinate up here, which means I can't do my depth to get the 3 axes. Like I said, we have the x and y here. I know where this point exists x and y, but I don't know how deep in the box it is. And I don't have the x here to gauge how far deep it should be. I know how far deep it is, I just don't have it in the ortho. So that means we have to put the x up here, or we have to choose something. And if it goes up here, then we have to do it down here, so we have a stable axis to draw it on. And that sucks. That makes my life a lot more difficult. Specifically, like 2 times more difficult. And there isn't necessarily a very easy way of transferring these, unless one, we do the entire, like, let's say this is 5/8, we do the 5/8 up here. Or we have this point and we draw it to the VP, which is less accurate but faster. So yeah, we have to figure that out. But we also need my sticky note. Epic. I think I'm running out of sticky notes. I think I need more. We'll accept donations for sticky notes, guys. Nice. So yeah, how do we fix this? How do we fix this, guys? First let's pick, like I said, let's pick one to do. And I say we do this little slant back here. So that exists at the halfway mark and at the 1/48th all the way over here. So it's at this line and the halfway mark right here. So that's the x and y, and now we need the depth, and we know that it goes, it's right here. It's at this 12th in. So that means we need to draw a line from here, where that 12th is. Double checking, yep, to here, where the 12th is. Double check that it aligns to the VP, draw it, and then draw a line from here to the VP and see where it intersects. Epic. This is one of the easier ones. We have the x plotted here. However, the ones, for example, the ones I think we don't have, these are going to be easy to find. All the 12ths and the 12ths and 24ths and 48ths here is going to be easy because we could just use the mirroring technique. But for the 5/8ths and the 9/16ths, we're going to have to do that ourselves, sadly. And then for this, that's going to be awful because like we have like depth all the way over here. I don't even know how we're going to deal with that yet, so one thing at a time. Make sure we're using the right side of the ruler. That makes me upset and angry and mad. Next. Visited my home, saw my family this weekend. Everyone is alive and well. Which sounds weird that I say that out loud. They're alive, surprisingly. No. I set up a router so I can VPN into my bird cam. I also... Why am I grabbing this? I don't know. Now that I have my VPN set up, This is going to reflect my face. I don't want it to reflect my face. This is my old Linux server that is now with me, and I will be working on it here, Gabe, which makes my life a lot easier. I bought it for $60 from a sketchy dude. He like peeked his head through the door, and I gave him the money, and he just handed me the PC and then shut the door. It was very suspicious. And I'm not joking. That sounds like he actually only did that. And he wouldn't answer the door the first time I rang the doorbell. I had to text him. This was Facebook Marketplace. And he said, if you want more, I have more. Like, okay. This guy's totally up to something good. Yeah. Hey guys, I mean, $60 for a server that I use every single freaking day. Epic sauce. My friends played Minecraft off of it. I've used it for the bird cam. That's called an investment. Yeah, that was the box that you played on, Bear, the Minecraft server. Don't worry, I still have the world back up. It is not lost. Minecraft, 2-week Minecraft phase. Holy. So now we draw from here to the VP, and it's going to intersect this line. I'm going to guess it's going to go about right here. And about right here. It's going to be very close. Ooh, this one's off, or at least it feels like it. For a second, I thought I lost the Minecraft save, but I forgot I had the backups going to my Google Drive. So those quite literally saved it. Because I did hard reset my Linux server because I got pissed off because my birdcam script wasn't working. Oh, also, it kept like crashing because the backups on there took up so much room that the birdcam running was like exploding. So. Which makes sense because I have like 2 models running, one to detect birds and one to classify the birds. So. Thank you, Linux. Dude, I did for the bird cam. For the first time, I don't even know how I did it, but I basically like mounted. I plugged in a USB and told the router that the USB is where everything is stored. So I upgraded its like 512 megabyte storage, or it was less than that. It was like 256 to 14 gigabytes, and I was like, yeah, that's the hard drive. Install everything on there. So and it's a crappy USB drive that I had in 8th grade. So, yeah, 8th grade, yeah. I love technology. Technology's so cool. There was no way in hell. I spent $30 on that router, so there was no way in hell that I wasn't... Like, the other option was to install WireGuard, and I did not want to use WireGuard. I wanted to use Tailscale. These are VPN solutions-ish. I'm in the measurement loop again. I need to commit. Where's the line? Oh, it's here. Okay, I see. Is that really the middle? Okay. Jim's got me hooked on Trigun. I've been watching a lot of Trigun as of recent. I'm not gonna be like it's the best show ever, but it's fun. It's a nice watch. It gives me Cowboy Bebop vibes. I think just because it's like main character, edgy, a little bit edgy, but like also very charismatic. Gun, desert, PG Cowboy Bebop. Yeah. Cowboy Bebop if the main character was a twink. Like a blonde twink. Sorry. I feel like I had to say it though. I feel like I'd be lying if I didn't say that. I hope you guys can forgive me for that one. I'm just speaking my truth. Alright, so it's gonna go down to here. Exactly, right? Like, I'm only speaking facts here. Alrighty, so now we have a rather difficult one to draw. Everything's a mess right now. We have to do like a little circle, a rotund. It's gonna be from the halfway mark to I think the first 2/3. Yes, 2/3, and then it goes from 1/48 to 3/48 right here, like this, which is awfully closer to square than I thought it'd be. However, remember, we have depth now, so we need to be plotting. We already have this point plot by virtue of it being right here. So, and we could draw the line to it if we really wanted to, but I'm holding off on it just because. So, we'll do the mirroring technique up here to get these, because we need this, like this, and this. Yeah, I'm very out of anime right now. Frieren didn't release this week because of the Olympics. I don't know what Frieren has to do with the Olympics, but I hope she does her best. And JJK had a recap episode, because apparently after 6 episodes, you need a recap episode, which I am also peeved about. Am I really just crying that I didn't get my weekly dose of media? Yes. Does it matter at all? Are there more better things to care about? Yes. So does it matter at all? No. So this ideally should line up, but it's not. Frieren is a cameo for the closing ceremony. She does the flower spell. Spoilers. Not really. She does that in the intro. That's not really a spoiler for anything. But Bear, have you watched Frieren? Don't worry, I'm not gonna hound you, even though I do think it's one of the best anime ever. Apparently, it's not better than Solo Leveling. And I probably asked you this before, and I'm just forgetting. Evil streamer forgets what viewers watch. Like 3rd episode. Gotcha. I can totally understand if people don't like it. Like I've heard of a lot of complaints that it's very slow. They don't really like the pacing, which I can understand. But I do agree that it's slow, but I don't think that's a bad thing. That's quite why I like it. Very good music. Also, Bear, I caved. I wanted to buy the shoe bill stuffed animal, and it's sold out. So I ended up buying the crow. And it's coming. It is arriving. I'm still pissed. I shouldn't have bought the crow. I should have just waited for the shoe bill to be back. I'm so upset. Because like the shoe bill, I just loved it. I mean, the crow has the little legs as well, but like it's a shoe bill. I love crows. Crows are epic, but like, come on, man. Maybe, maybe I should my little bird cam, I should save all the photos because it takes photos and sends them to me and then deletes them. What if I saved them and then created my own ML model? Technically be deep learning given the scale of it. To detect crow, because like a huge issue with my detection right now, even though grackles sadly don't show up to my bird feeder, is that it can't distinguish between grackles and crows. I'm trying to. I try to make it look for the eyes. So if it has a yellow eye, then it's a crow or a grackle. But if it's not facing it or you can't see the eyes well, then what are you gonna do? It's been so, dude. It's been like recovery. Like you know how Frankenstein goes to the Alps to like, it's romantic, right? Just like reconvene with nature, repair his soul. His soul heals. That's like me with seeing grackles and the grackles coming back. Grackles are my snufkin, coming back from the spring, even though it's not spring yet, but hearing their little call every time I go into any parking lot ever, and there's like 50 of them. I was talking to my grandma. She's like, "Why do you like birds so much?" I'm like, "I'm not that great. I'm not that obsessive about birds. First of all, I didn't tell her that, but like to clarify, I know I talk about it a lot when we talk about gravel and stuff. But crow snuffkins sounds so cute. I may draw that. That may have to be drawn actually. Frick. I right as you said crow snuffkin, it appeared in my head immediately, so that's gonna be drawn. Oh, it reminds me of that one game. Frick. Uh. Oh my god. They have the little animations as the mouse named Bitsy. It reminds me of the same kind of like aesthetic as that game. Is he a crow? I think Uprooted. That's what I'm thinking of. Uprooted. Is he a crow or does he have features of a crow? I think he is a crow because I'm just like that. But or no, like features of like anthropomorphic, like little dude, little shoot. Like I'm imagining totally like the hat. Uh, basically drawing gravel right now. I forgot how Snuffkin's hat is, so I'm just gonna do that. And like the coat, and the feet. Promise this is not gravel. I promise this is not gravel. I promise. I promise. I promise. I'm drawing gravel now, so type beat. Looks like that one character, Glep. You talking about the Grep, the Glep, the like little green guy? Shout out Glep, dude. He's a real one. Alright. Yeah. End of circle at 3:48. Okay, and then we have our 12th here. Oh, we need to do it on the bottom. Frick. I'm at that point in the semester where I'm constantly thinking about that one dude. The video of the dude in the library who says, "Fuck school. Fuck all this bullshit. What the fuck?" And, like smacks his book. That pops in my head every semester at some point. He's so he's so brave for saying that. He's so brave. Nice. Dude, how many more of these constructions do we have? Because I don't think I have this many more constructions of this left. Loud and proud. A speaker of the people. I've been watching a lot of Northern Line recently, and I need to be careful because I'm gonna start trying to be as like verbose as him. As I don't know, have the same kind of vocabulary and wit that he does, but I can't. I feel like I only unlock that much wit and stuff whenever like if I go bald. Maybe like our hair is stopping the brain waves from entering the brain cells. And so that's why Northern Line is just so quick with it. Verbose. I was watching him play the password game. I feel like I could do pretty well in the password game until you get to the chess part because I know nothing about chess. I don't care. Stop asking me to learn chess. I'm done. I don't like it. It's too much. My brain I don't need that kind of stress in my day to day. It's cool. I respect all people who play chess. You're awesome and epic for that. Not for me. My brain is small and weak. Do you think if he had a Discord server, all of his viewers would talk similarly to him? Honestly, yes. I can't remember, and I don't think I'm not sure if anyone here would know about this. But there's that like Valorant accent. This is a whole thing. I'm not making anything up. This is a whole thing, the Valorant accent. And I think it's because of like one streamer. I'm not sure if it's Shroud. I don't think it's Shroud. But like one streamer had this like voice and then wave speaking, and it caused the Valorant accent. It's real. I'm not tripping. And I feel like the same thing can happen with Northern Line for sure. Because like I'll watch Poke for a bit, and I'll start saying things are weird. Like I don't call things weird with that I don't know, inflection. Weird. Or or I will purposefully take his jokes. Like Poke going into a game and saying, "Hey, do you have a mic?" over and over again is just so crazy funny to me. Or like if he lands a bad joke and then says, "Hey, do you have a mic?" It's so good. It's so good. So yeah, I'll like purposefully steal stuff. Like the whole reason why I'm probably better now about dealing with weird people being in chat. And when I say weird, it's like that person who came in here to like draw that one character from One Piece in like a bikini. You know, like originally I would be like, no, like just awkward. But now I just feel much more comfortable calling them weird, like calling them out on just being strange. Like, let your freak flag fly, but if you walk into my chat begging me to draw One Piece dinosaur character, in bathing suit, I reserve the right to call you strange. However, Poke has snapped at some viewers, uh, like pretty hard. I don't think I'm capable of that. Who knows? Maybe I'll have one really bad day. That is probably the. I'm not gonna like. I'm not acting like, oh, my life is so hard. But it is the suckiest thing about Twitch is, or just streaming in general, is you can't have one bad day. It's permanent. You know, if you get like really mad at your friend or something, and you say something stupid, it's there, and it's staying. So in that way, unless you're like, you're cool with your online identity kind of being a bit fried, um, you can't be totally authentic. Which is something, we're getting the whole debate of like panopticism, right? Which I don't agree with. And I won't rant there, but if you're a streamer like me who gets like average of 3 viewers per stream, and you can just edit VODs, then no one remembers or cares. Pinopicism. My philosophy teacher made us read a book. Sadly, I can't believe it. No, and it was about this thing called panopticism, and basically like modern surveillance and how that affects how people gain virtues and stuff. Very very good. Very rad. Thing. Yep. Great commentary, Kev. Yeah, if you're constantly being examined like some kind of animal, and you know you are, hence the panopticon. That was a proposed design, maybe even implemented. I can't remember if it was actually made, of a prison cell where all cells are in a circle and they all face towards the warden with like one-way glass, or watchtower basically, and it makes everyone feel like they're constantly being observed at all times, if not just by the warden, but the cells that can like look at them. So how does that affect how you behave? Yeah, me too. That's pretty gross. So now that we have the internet, Bleh. Scary. Bleh. Jump scare. How does it affect us? Everything's permanent. There's a quote from I can't remember if it was a book or specifically like exactly what it was. Did I mess it up? Kind of, but it's okay. I just need to remember to draw through there. Uh, it's basically like we assume like the default assumption of privacy is that it is a vice. This isn't verbatim. I have the paper in here. I could go find it. But it's like we what is it called? The being tested on my reading comprehension from like 6 months ago. Uh, Surveillance. They call it the surveillance culture. These are the people who are like very pro like flock cameras and stuff like that. Um, the whole if you have nothing to hide, then you should be okay with it giving us your data, right? Um, that's the surveillance culture. But we that comes with the immediate assumption. Everything predicates on this idea that privacy is bad. But when you have privacy, you can build virtues like trust. Like if you and your romantic partner never trusted each other, like outside of the house, or like you always like had their location, knew who they were texting, blah blah blah. Where's there room to build trust, right? Which is a good thing. You got hit with chat rules? What? Nothing much. I'm ranting. So the usual. How's it going? Alrighty, here comes the hard part. I think we just do the 5/8 and stuff manually up here and down here, which changes the game. But we're learning, we're experimenting, we're growing. We are artsing. I'm gonna brown. Sorry. I don't know why I just remembered. Oh yeah, I'm shitsing. That's the quote from that video that I really like. Scared my sleeves are gonna mess up the paper, but I'm gonna brown. You're gonna what? I'm shitsing? I don't know. Figure it out. No. I think that needs to stay there. There. Yeah, figure it out, Cat. I don't know. Do your thing. I think you should draw instead of being so concerned about a random streamer's coin economy. I think it would serve you well. My AC just kicked on and it smells really bad, and I don't know what that means. This is borked. Ah, that ain't right. With my new little tradigital stint, I've been very interested in pursuing the design of Puma Dude. Well, I'm pretty sure his name will be Luca. Um, that's just weird, cat. Uh, I'm not 100% set on naming him Luca, but I'm pretty sure that's gonna be his name. Like doing some iterative designing, as a Dasein recommends, with that guy. There's our 5/8. I'm like pretty sure I could make a LLM that passes the Turing test and convince it like everyone thinks is actually a cat. Like I think with the fact that she just enters every stream and says like talks about chips, Hotel Trivago, can't see, maybe like two other things. I feel like I could put a cat bot in chat and it would be perfect. We could do a Turing test. We could get like Rise, Delano, Bear, Gems in here, and they all have to vote if which one's the real one. And who and whoever they vote isn't the real one. Whoever they vote is the fake cat. That one gets banned. Like you know the trope where there's like the doppelganger and they have to like choose which one to shoot. That's I'm gonna do that in chat, and you guys have to vote, and whichever if you vote for the right one, you know the Chat GPT, that one gets booted off the island. If you vote for Cat, she gets banned. Easy as that. So Cat, I think you should now be concerned with making statements that are contributing to the discussions happening in context. Rather than just entering chat and saying, "I think hamburgers pair well with fries." I think this is a good opportunity for you to practice conversational skills. The day that Cat loves sun chips is the day that she's free. Sun chips, like, honestly, you know what? I haven't had sun chips in a minute, but I could imagine sun chips with, like, some sour cream dip would go crazy. Well, yeah, we're not here to entertain you, Cat. We're here to draw. I can see that for the cheese ones. Ooh, the cheese ones are good. I've been macking jalapeno chips recently. They've been messing up my stomach, but I don't care. I love jalapeno chips. That's probably my favorite. I love it when they're sweet as well as spicy. Jalapeno business. Jalapenos are like slowly. I'm seeing them enter more and more foods. They're being reintroduced. The world is healing. Because they always go away for a bit in the winter and they come back and I'm happy. I need to get more into habanero. I just don't. I don't think it's too spicy for me. I just don't have it enough. Actually, it is spicy. It is spicy. I'm not saying it isn't spicy, but like, it's not too much, especially when done well. Because I will have day long rants about how hot sauce should have flavor and should not just be spice. Ow, mouth out, ouch, ow, hurt, ow, or should not just taste like vinegar. Because like most hot sauces that aren't super crazy spicy just taste like vinegar, like distilled, watered down. And we don't have that. What are dollars? I don't want $2. I don't care what chips you ate. Give Bear the dollars. Bear Cat said she's gonna give you $2. Nice. I'm gonna take a sip of water. After stream today, I'm gonna do a poll in the Discord, and we're gonna vote on what object I construct next. Maybe I should pay, like, we joke about me paying mods or whatever. Maybe I should pay, like, gems to babysit you. Maybe that is worthwhile. I remember, dude, I had a babysitter when I was younger. I'm not gonna say she sucked, but I mean, it was just like a teenage girl, and I was like 5, and like, so she had no idea how to like deal with children. I'm a annoying brat that just like likes to rage bait. I was an idiot, you know. So like she'd be like, "Hey, your parents said you need to read today." I'm like, okay, and so I'd sit on the couch with like a Harry Potter book, and I would try reading like 2 pages and realize how like I just didn't want to do that during the summer. So I would just sit there staring at the page. I was so indignant. I did not want to read at all that I would just stare at the page. I could not imagine what it was like to be babysat by cat. That sounds like not good. I guess emphasis on used to. Cap. I'm sorry, but you could never convince me dealing with children, especially children being babysat, is easy. If you're like, oh, it's easy, I just stick an iPad in front of them. You need to be shot with lasers. It's like saying, oh yeah, taking care of a dog is easy. You just leave him outside. Yeah, yeah, that's fucked up. That's bad. Can't believe I clocked that one. You need to read a book. You used the wrong there. Yes, they should read a book. They should draw. They should go outside and play. They should like play with other kids. If I was a babysitter, I would gladly take whatever kid I was babysitting to their friend's house. Interacting with other people is very important, especially at a young age. So I would do that. I wouldn't force them to read. I'll try to make reading fun. I don't know how. I wouldn't even want to force them to read. I think I would prioritize like sports games, like playing like something that involves them moving around so they're tired and so they don't like get overwhelmed. So like we'd do that in the morning. We'd eat food, they would take a nap, and then when they're back up and they're kind of like post nap, their parents are probably coming soon. So then we could do something chill like draw or like watch like a documentary. And you're like, Kavel, a documentary? What kids? Dude, freaking put on like I don't know, like a Nat Geo thing. And maybe that's me being like an old soul, but I feel like anyone with a Nat Geo, like watching the freaking cool tigers and stuff as a kid, that'd be so cool. Or like freaking like archaeology. I don't know. I was totally into that. Like seeing like, oh my god, the Egyptians, they did that? What? Or maybe like classic Disney movies or something. I don't know. Or more sports. Kids today don't like that. Kids today don't like that because they have people like you putting iPads in front of them. I point directly at you. No. It's not that like kids are born not liking that. It's because they're conditioned. Because iPads are being tossed in front of them. And I'm not gonna act like parenting is easy. But it's like I could definitely understand how a parent who is like flustered, who's working, who has to raise this child and take care of them, protect them. And there's all those anxieties about them that would lean on something like an iPad because it's easier, right? It takes the burden off. But now it's been shown how dangerous doing that is and how bad it is for a kid. So yeah, something It's not like I'm not gonna like force them to open up like the Enchiridion or like on the metaphysics of morals, right? I'm not gonna give them a book like that, but something fun. Shoot, I'd watch Bluey with them. You know what? Hell yeah. Let's watch some Bluey. We both chill out on the couch. We watch Bluey. We could play Minecraft. Dude, honestly, you know what? I'd be a crazy babysitter because like I would teach this kid everything about Minecraft. Like you want to learn how to make potions, dude? I back in my day, I had to learn. Is that right? How to make potions on my own. You know, this is incredibly not the way I thought it would be. Eh? So you go here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And this is probably why I never want kids, because man, that's a lot. You're not a nerd for saying I'd watch Bluey? I think I am a nerd by virtue of me saying I'd watch Bluey. Or the Minecraft thing, which is also very nerdy. And I don't care about being I'm cool with being a nerd. I'll teach that kid how to do like freaking LTSM. Hey little Timmy, we're gonna be learning about red black trees today. You know, like I'd be the worst babysitter if I taught them like combinatoric math. Hey little Timmy, we're gonna be doing 250 boxes today. That's how you scare a kid away from drawing. I would take that kid to like a Hobby Lobby and I'd be like, hey, we have $12. You can buy whatever you want for art supplies. Or we could get like one of the little mining kits. I used to play with the mining kits when I was younger. And boom, did you see what I did there? Freaking $12. I'm teaching them economy about math and equivalent exchange and how money works. Would I do any of this? No, I don't want to. I don't. Kids freak me out, dude. They're unpredictable. You don't look at them for a second and they're like stuffing metal in the microwave. You're like, Kavel, that's hyper specific because I did that. I was sticking marshmallows and grapes. I was sticking marshmallows and grapes in the microwave and seeing how long it would take them to blow up. There was a period when I was younger. I don't know why I just remembered this. My parents got me like a Guinness World Record, like 2010 or something. I don't know. 2012. I think it's 2012. Uh, and no, it wasn't because I was older. It had to be whatever. And I would like read that every night, like the same things every single night. I don't know how that affected me as a person, but I just reread like the same 5 pages every night. I didn't really care about the fact that they were world records. I kind of just cared that they were like cool. Like holy, like a person could do this. Like yeah, I remember specifically the one that I read. This is how you can clock what year it was. There was a dude who could eat a plane. He ate all of the metal parts of a plane or something. Here, wait. Guy eats plane. Yes. Oh wait. Okay, what year was this? He passed away in 2007. When was he? When was the record posted? I can't remember. Bro, cat, we are talking about like a completely different thing. This is what I was talking about with the LLM replacing you. I'm gonna replace you with ChatGPT. You're gone. You're out of here. Like all I have to do is like generate like a random food and then a random opinion on the food. And insert it during the middle. Yeah, and that's rude. Come to someone's stream and just start talking about whatever else. That's rude. That's not talking. Were you an iPad child? you're, you're, you're missing the social construction that a non iPad child would be. Welcome back, Dio. How's it going? Man, this is messed up. No, no, it isn't. Did we do that? We are currently doing it. Yeah, we need to do it a lot. Thank you for remembering that, by the way, Dio. Yeah, we have to do that a lot here. So, we're gonna be kind of rinse and repeat over and over again with all the points that we want to draw. Heck yeah. So now, yeah, speaking of, we just finished that part. So now we can do this point right here, and we can actually then fill in all of this. The whole top of the whole top of the stapler will be done, and then we'll also have this measurement, which means we can fulfill this and this. And we can also do the 2/24. We have to make sure it's the 2/24 or the 1/12. We can finish this tonight probably. The front's gonna be really difficult, but we can finish everything else. I think I made like. Ooh, we have to be careful here because this is not. This is 2/12 in. This is a 12th. This is 2/12, so a 6th in. So we have to be careful with that for this lower part in here, which means we're gonna have to do the XYZ method. Thank you, Dio. We'll call it that. Dio has named it the XYZ method. Is that a bad thing? Alrighty, so we have the. Did I mark? Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't mark this, so we need to mark it. It's gonna be the 2/24. We need a line here to here. There we go. And then here to here. Things are slowly starting to fall in place for this, though. Bit by bit. Do I kind of regret drawing it this way? Yeah, I do. But I don't think there was. I mean, the other one was. I can't say which one was more or less accurate at this point, but because we basically have a box inside of it now. Oh, holy crap! Oh my gosh! I just realized something crazy that we should have done. Yo, wait. So currently we're doing like one box, right? Just so we can have like the little lip that's on the outside of the stapler. This whole lip, right? This whole thing. But this would have been, and so all of our ortho projections are on the same box, the same one box, right? But what if so when instead of just using one box, we construct our next box in the center. Then separate our orthos. So we have orthos on this inner box that do things. And then we have orthos on this outer box that do things. Would that make it any easier? I think it would. I really think it would. It would get messy though, because we would have to do the same two front ones. Hmm. Because then we'd need for this outer one is the lower lip, and then all the crazier ortho stuff can just be in the center of this one. Interesting. Not sure how to feel about that, but it seems viable. It's our third option because we had the three options. We have this, we have our current one that we're doing, which is just one box with all the crazy orthos, or we have the other option that we didn't do that I was debating, where we have our one box and then we add a form on the outside for that lip, which in hindsight seems much more simple. But Bear Mug will be back in 5 minutes. That's very specific. Godspeed, Bear Mug. So yeah, those were our three options, and I mean, I could only do one, and I picked the best one that I thought would be optimal. I just kicked my camera stand. It's already been a freaking hour. What the hell? I thought it's been like 30 minutes. Holy moly. Oh. Okay. We're making good progress. So, now what we must do. This line didn't need to happen. That's supposed to be for the 12th. But what we do need is now for this one. Right here, that's the 5/8, yep. Here. Oh, that's so off. Oh, wait, no, it isn't. There we go. That is off. Oof. Oh. I'll always say it, but I added this song because of Freerun. And it's so good. Did I talk about my day already? Kind of. Saw my family. They are well. Set up my new bird cam. I need to actually get it running. I have a lot of work to do tonight and the next. This is gonna be a very difficult week for me. I was glad to see my family though. I went to the pet store just to look at the pets and look at all the birds. I really want Java finches. One day when I'm able to take care of them and house them and pay for them and care for them, I'm gonna get some Java finches. Two little Java finches, and I want to be able to them to be in my hands like this, like little burritos. They can hang out on stream, and then they'll poop on my paper. I'll get mad. This is impressively off. Nice. And here to here. How's your day, Cap? Chilled and watched some YouTube. That's good to hear. Slow days are nice days. You draw on it at all? That's so inaccurate. Whatever. Okay, and that line goes to the 2/3, which is right here. So we go from here. I'm gonna and then we have a line kind of guiding us from that. I completely lost here. Doodle cat holding fish? Heck yeah, nice. Alrighty. Since we're nearing the end of the stream here, let's give this our best shot, everybody. Let's double check. We're gonna draw from 2/3. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yes. 2/3 to 1/2 on the inside. Double checking that is from here. And then when you start doing your 50 streams, like clearing the wheel. I don't know. We don't even have to do it again if I don't want to. It was just a means of getting me to get outside my comfort zone when it comes to drawing. And then we invented gravel like halfway through that, right? Was gravel before or after that? I don't know. I just came to a point where I was like, I'm comfortable drawing gravel. Like, I don't feel like I need to branch out like this all the time. I'm gonna do what I like, and that brings me joy. And play around. I'm perfectly capable of I guess is the best way to put it. I'm perfectly capable of exploring and playing with 50%. I don't know. It's like I finally had a lot of time to draw in my free time. Um and so streams, cuz like I did 50% Friday cuz sometimes I wouldn't be able to guarantee drawing in my own time. I just realized, let's make sure we're double checking that this goes to the VP. So using our long ruler is actually advisable here. So yeah, maybe we'll return to the 50/50 wheel, but it's really tentative. It's up to how I feel about it. I don't really want to force it if it doesn't spark joy in that way. Nice. Now we're working on the inside. We're going from here to here. And I like doing the line and then shifting the ruler so it gives it a bit of thickness. No, I'm not, Cat. Unless you want me to be. Are you actually scared that you'll get replaced by ChatGPT? Because if so, I would recommend contributing to the conversation a little bit more. Chameleons? I saw a chameleon at the pet store today. Chameleons are cool. They're a little bit, they bug me out. Their eyes are a little bit much for me, but they're cool. I like them. They're just little guys. How did they change colors? I don't know. I feel like their tongue's gonna gross me out, I'm not gonna lie. Something with pigmentation. I really don't know how any color changing in nature works. But it's cool. When I was at the pet store, I also looked at the cats. And there was two. It was a brother and a sister, and they were super kind and cuddly. They were orange cats. One was like very white. I saw albino. It was very cool. And then there was a I can't remember what it's called. It's just the gray cats. It was just like spazzing out. It was like constantly meowing. It was friendly, but you could definitely tell it was like a bit feral, just a little bit feral. Alrighty, here comes the last really hard line to execute. So let's try our best. Yo, what's up, Bear? Welcome back. Bear, we scared, or we, I guess I'm the one who made the joke. I scared Kat. She thinks I'm actually going to replace her with ChatGPT. I'm having to talk her down right now. We kind of have like the perfect view bots now, right? Like you have freaking AI view bots, even though that's computationally tough. Actually, no, it wouldn't, because you would just have what you could do is have one program watching the stream. It takes in a frame and it takes in like the last 30 seconds of text, and it will generate like 5 responses. And then it'll send those 5 responses through 5 accounts at like separate times with like 1 to 3 second intervals. And then in between those, you could have other accounts just say kind of random BS or like throw in an emote. Or like you have several accounts that have an emote that describe the one thing happening. Wow, this is evil. You guys are gonna show up next stream and I have like 1,000 viewers. They're like all reacting to what I'm saying. They're like, "Whoa, you drew a line!" Whoa. Kavel suddenly make him be able to clip, and so it just clips like a random BS. Oi, oof. I don't know my password. I no Bear. Honestly, the fact that you considered and like tried doing that as a bit, you get points. Like changing your name for a bit. That's next level, bro. Bear Mug, be careful. You have to guess if this Cat Diaz was the real one or the ChatGPT. Little does Cat know this is actually a fake Bear Mug. And I planned this whole bit like 20 minutes earlier. Why do you think Bear was gone for so long, huh? I want to repair these lines up here. They're not dark enough. I'm just making it worse, so we're going to stop touching that. No, I'm not. Nah, whatever. It's like weakest in the middle. You can tell where I waver the most. Okay, well, we'll call it there, guys. That's the top of our stapler. I'd say proportions are almost there. We're probably a bit shorter. The box is a bit too short. The actual stapler is longer. So, but I think we did a good job. Wait, you can gift your viewers bonus points? Oh, don't ask me. I just work here. Cool. We're gonna call it there for the day, everybody. Wow, this stream went by crazy fast. Yeah, I think that's everything. So we're gonna be streaming. We're gonna have to take off a random day this week, so it's gonna be a surprise. Bleh. What day we take off? But yeah. So thank you for joining, Cat, Dio, Bear. I think that was everybody. Yeah. We will at least be probably streaming tomorrow and Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will get a bit bumpy. So once again, thank you all, and I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.